Okay, so today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be making some gifts for my kids, for their teachers. Um, Between the two of them, they've got three different teachers. And so we're going to make three different molds. First, I printed out the school's mascot logo, and I'm going to seal them with some Mod Podge. This will keep the resin hopefully from leaking in, which I later discovered that it didn't because I didn't do that good of a job. But generally, if you apply a good enough coat, it will prevent the resin from going in and ruining the photo or whatever. So basically, you just want to put on a layer. This stuff will dry very clear. Yeah, and you just move on to the next one. I try to smooth it out the best I can. Only problem is it does start curling, so maybe print onto a thicker stock of paper like a cardstock. Now their school colors are turquoise, so we're going to use some Pearl X turquoise powder here, some mica powder. I'm going to go for this kind of color there, and to get some flakes, I'm going to use some silver gold leaf from my avian, however you say it, gold leaf packs. Well, I guess it's technically silver leaf in this case. Because I'm going to be making about 10 ounces of resin, I'm going to use 2 of these. I also finally got some mold release, so I don't have to lose any more molds. And I actually got some new molds. Got the flower, heart, and we're going to also do a octagon dice box mold. These are actually for trinkets. I mean, maybe the teachers play D&D or some role-playing game. I don't know. The top side of the logo has dried, so now we're going to do the back side. Again, I just use regular paper for these. I probably should have used cardstock, but I didn't think about it until after the product was made. So just like we did on the front, we're going to do it to the back here. And here I am just kind of test fitting the dried one before I start pouring resin to make sure it's actually going to fit into my mold. I'm using a Viretex light resin. It's a 1-to-1 by volume. I'm going to get my 5 ounces of each because I'm doing a total of 10. I'm going to pour them into a bigger cup. This is like a 12, 16, or 18 ounce, I don't know, solo cup. Well, technically it's just a red cup. It's not name brand. You gotta make sure you scrape every last little bit. I got my little electric mixer here, and I'm gonna go at it for the recommended time. Minimum 3 minutes. Usually they say for 5. I usually go for 3. Then I add my color. Like I'm done here at 3 minutes. It's well mixed. I'm adding my silver foil here. Very sticky stuff. It'll stick to everything, especially when you have resin. Oh, and there we go. And before I even add my color pigments or anything like that, I'm going to stir this up really well within the resin. I'll break it up nice. And I'm going to add my Pearl X mica blue, or technically turquoise powder. Quite a bit because I have quite a bit of resin, and I do not want to be able to see through this. And I'll go back in there with my electric mixer. Make sure I get everything well mixed together. And this is even going to break up the silver flecks more. I was out of my liquid glitter, so I was hoping this would make it look pretty good. Yeah, and then about the 3-minute mark, well, not even 3 minutes. I guess I'd already hit that. But at this point, I'm trying to very carefully not have everything spill everything while I get the lid off of the turquoise alcohol ink. I recommend having everything ready before you go if you're going to do something like this. So just add a little bit of turquoise, and there we go. I'm gonna mix it up nice and cohesive there, nice and mixed. And then run my fingers down this paddle here to get the last little bits of resin off. And then I want to make a quick glove change to clean gloves. Make sure everything's sprayed well with the new mold release, because when I did my watermelon stuff, I lost several molds. Very upsetting. Very expensive. And I remember to get my pressure pot shelf out before I actually started dumping resin into them this time. And so I get them set up here. You always want to make sure these are level, especially these ones. Dice, when you're using the cat mold, could be a little off. It's not the end of the world. But these ones are very important because they have a flat surface that you're pouring for to be level. I'm going to start off by putting a little bit of resin in each lid here. Kind of got a little too much in the hexagon lid there. And we'll move on to the flower here. Yep. And now I'm going to try to carefully stick in the sealed. There we go. Yeah. Try to stick in the sealed mascot there. That one stuck, and I kind of screwed that up there. But never fear. got the touchy the special tweezers, the long tweezers there to the rescue. And what I'm trying to do here is gently tap it down so it kind of gets some resin on top of it before I pour in the little bit of rest to the top. You can see some of it was trying to float, still trying to poke it back down. Kind of looks good there. This is the first time I've actually ever added anything into the resin besides colorant and foil leaf, any type of photos into resin. So I just kind of watched a couple videos on YouTube, which I'm sure might be why you're here, and kind of went from there. And so now I'm just gonna dump in the rest at the top here. Or I guess this isn't the top. Pouring from the top. I am really messing this up today. It's not a good day for voiceovers. But I'm pouring in the rest of the resin into the cup part of the molds. Gonna bring them all the way to the top. Yep. Perfect. And then I'm going to take a dropper, a pipette full of resin, and I'm going to try to get rid of any air bubbles that these lids are notorious for keeping under them no matter how you pour, it seems like. I didn't realize that when I was doing this, I kind of shifted some stuff. You can kind of see on the hexagon there that the logo kind of got moved a little bit. Hit them with the torch, pop some air bubbles, and into the pressure pot they go for about 24 hours, or at least 12. But while we're waiting for that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I swear I'm usually not this bad on my voiceovers, and I'm working on making better videos. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. And here we are. Boom. They look pretty neat. You can see we're on the flower mold there that it came up, but that mold release worked beautiful. These things came right off. And for my first attempt, that actually doesn't look too bad. It's not overpowering on the logo, but not completely subdued there. Onto the heart-shaped lid. Came out really easy. Logo got a little close to the top there, but still acceptable. And I think it came really close to the school colors, to be honest with you. And then got the hexagon out there, like a charm, that mold release. And that one got really close, but it's actually still under the resin. That's the crazy part there. So it just didn't get too much of the color, and you could kind of tell in those where I didn't get them sealed perfectly and some of the color leaked in, but that's okay. They still came out looking all right. And this one is a little tough to get off, but mainly because of the shape. The mold release did its job and it came right out. I didn't lose any molds this time. Very happy about that. A little bit of a suction there, and there it went. Yeah. So all in all, I think they came all right. Kids report to me that the teachers really like these. This is kind of an end of the year thing for their teachers. Kind of a last minute thing, really. They told me the weekend before their school year ended. So I had about just enough time to make these and have them fully cured to the 72 hours cure time before they took them for their last day. And here's all three of them completely done. And I think they came out looking pretty good. Not bad for my first time. About time for me to get a new cutting mat, though. Those resin stains there and powder stains. But let's look at that on the turntable. Oh, man. Doesn't that look nice? All nice and fancy. I mean, a little shaky camera work by myself, but I think these came out looking real good, to be honest with you. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Here's a neat little top-down shot of it. Thanks for watching. As always, I do this for fun. If you like it, please subscribe. If you don't like it, hey, please subscribe anyways. And we'll see you on the flip-flop. Later.